Hey there, friend. Let's have a little heart-to-heart. Have you ever looked around at your buddies lately and thought, how come they're still out there gardening or dancing at the community center while I'm feeling a bit creaky? I get it. Hitting 70 can sneak up on you, and suddenly you're wondering where all that pep in your step went. But here's the good news. You don't have to just sit back and let the years take over. Nope. There are some simple, everyday things you can do to keep yourself feeling spry, healthy, and, dare I say it, outliving your friends in the best way possible. I'm talking about living longer, stronger, and with a big old smile on your face. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, settle in, and let's chat about 5 daily habits that can make all the difference after 70. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll be itching to get started. First off, let's talk about something we all love, but don't always give enough credit to: moving your body. Now, I'm not saying you need to go run a marathon or join some fancy gym. Goodness, no, but a little bit of gentle movement every day can work wonders for your joints, your heart, and even your mood. Think about it like this. Your body's like a rusty old bike. If you leave it sitting in the garage too long, it's going to seize up. But if you take it out for a little spin now and then, it starts to feel smooth and easy again. So, what can you do? Start with a morning stretch. Just 5 or 10 minutes when you roll out of bed. Reach your arms up high, wiggle your fingers like you're trying to touch the ceiling, then bend down gently to touch your toes, or at least your knees if your toes feel a million miles away. Maybe sway side to side a bit, like you're dancing to some old Elvis tune in your head. It gets the blood flowing and wakes up those stiff muscles. Then sometime during the day, go for a walk. Doesn't have to be far, just around the block or even to the mailbox and back. If you've got a park nearby, even better. Take in the fresh air, wave to a neighbor, maybe stop to smell a flower or two. Aim for about 20 minutes if you can, but even 10 is better than nothing. And here's a little story for you. My Uncle Joe, bless his heart, swore he'd never walk a step more than he had to after he turned 72. But after his doc gave him a nudge, he started taking these short strolls every afternoon with his little dog, Max. A year later, he was walking farther than Max could keep up with, and he dropped a few pounds to boot. Movement doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be something you do every day. And now that we've got you moving, let's talk about what you're putting into that amazing body of yours. I'm talking about food. Not diets, not restrictions, but good, simple nourishment. After 70, your body needs a little extra love to keep all its parts humming along, and what you eat can either help or hurt that process. So here's your daily habit number 2. Eat a handful of colorful stuff every day. I mean fruits and veggies, things like berries, spinach, carrots, or even a sweet little orange. Why colorful? Because those bright colors usually mean they're packed with vitamins and antioxidants, the kind of stuff that fights off the wear and tear of aging. It's like giving your insides a big old hug. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Cooking or prepping can feel like a chore sometimes, but it doesn't have to be fancy. Keep it easy. Toss a handful of blueberries into your oatmeal in the morning, or slice up a tomato to go with your sandwich at lunch. If you're not big on cooking, grab some pre-cut veggies from the store. Nobody's judging. My neighbor, Mrs. Carter, started this habit after her 70th birthday, and she swears her energy doubled just by adding a little salad to her dinner every night. Plus, she says her skin looks better than it did at 60. Go figure. The trick is to make it a habit, something you don't even have to think about after a while. Just one small serving of something bright and fresh every day, and your body will thank you for it. Speaking of thanking your body, let's move on to the third thing you can do daily to keep yourself feeling great. Stay hydrated. I know, you've heard it a million times. Drink more water. But hear me out, because this one's a game changer, especially as we get older. After 70, your body doesn't always signal thirst as well as it used to, so it's easy to end up dehydrated without even realizing it. And when you're dehydrated, you feel tired, foggy, maybe even a little grumpy. Not exactly the recipe for outliving your friends in style, right? So here's the plan. Keep a water bottle or glass nearby all day, and take little sips even if you don't feel thirsty. Aim for about 6 to 8 glasses if you can, but don't stress if that sounds like a lot. Just do what feels good. And if plain water isn't your thing, toss in a slice of lemon or cucumber for a bit of pizzazz. Herbal tea counts too, by the way. My Aunt Millie swears by her peppermint tea every afternoon. She keeps a little jug on her counter, and every time she walks by, she takes a sip. Says it keeps her feeling fresh as a daisy. Oh, and one quick tip. If you're someone who forgets to drink, set a little reminder on your phone or stick a note on the fridge. Small sips throughout the day add up, and before you know it, you're feeling more awake, your skin's looking better, and you've got a little more spring in your step. Now that we've got you moving, eating some colorful goodies, and sipping water like a pro, let's keep this conversation rolling in the next part. There's more to share about how these daily habits can add years to your life and life to your years. Stick with me, because we're just getting started on this journey to feeling your best after 70. All right, friend, let's keep this chat going. You're already on your way with some gentle movement, colorful foods, and sipping water like it's your new favorite hobby. Those little steps are building a solid foundation, and now we're going to add a couple more daily habits to keep you feeling fantastic well past 70. These next ones are just as simple, but they pack a big punch when it comes to living longer and stronger than your pals. So, let's dive right in and talk about something that might surprise you: giving your brain a little workout every day. Now, I don't mean you need to sit down with a stack of textbooks or start solving calculus problems, unless that's your thing, of course. I'm talking about keeping your mind sharp and engaged with something fun and easy. After 70, your brain loves a challenge just as much as your body loves a good stretch. It's like taking it for a little walk of its own. So, what can you do? Pick something you enjoy and make it a daily habit. Maybe it's a crossword puzzle with your morning coffee. Those little boxes can really get your gears turning. Or how about a game of cards with a friend, or even solitaire if you're flying solo? My buddy Frank, who just turned 74, swears by his daily Sudoku. He says it's like a cup of coffee for his brain. Wakes it right up. If games aren't your speed, try reading a chapter of a good book or listening to a podcast about something you're curious about. Even chatting with a neighbor about old times or new gossip keeps your mind buzzing. The key is to do it every day, even just for 10 or 15 minutes. It's not about being perfect. It's about keeping those connections in your brain firing. Frank told me he started noticing he could remember names and dates better after a few weeks of his Sudoku habit. And he's got this twinkle in his eye now when he talks about it. Your brain's a muscle, too, and a little daily flexing can help you stay sharp and quick, ready to outwit anyone at the next trivia night. Now that your brain's getting its daily dose of fun, let's talk about something we all need but don't always prioritize: winding down. I'm talking about sleep, or at least some good solid rest every day. After 70, Sleep can get tricky. Maybe you're waking up more at night, or it takes longer to drift off. But getting enough rest is like hitting the reset button on your whole system. It helps your body heal, keeps your mood steady, and even boosts your immune system so you're not catching every cold that floats by. So here's the habit. Make a little wind-down routine part of your everyday. Think of it as a gentle signal to your body that it's time to slow down. Start an hour or so before bed. Nothing fancy, just something cozy. Maybe you dim the lights a bit and put on some soft music, like that old jazz you used to love. Or sip a cup of chamomile tea while you flip through a magazine. If your mind's racing with to-dos or worries, jot them down on a notepad so they're out of your head and onto the paper. My cousin Linda, who's 71, started doing this thing where she listens to a guided relaxation on her phone, just 10 minutes of someone telling her to breathe deep and let go. She says it's like a magic trick for falling asleep faster. And here's the kicker. Try to stick to the same bedtime each night, even if it's just roughly the same. Your body loves a rhythm. And once it knows what's coming, it'll settle in easier. Even if sleep's not perfect, just lying down and resting counts too. Linda's convinced her afternoon energy's better now, and she's not dragging through the day like she used to. A little rest every day keeps you glowing, inside and out. So, there you go. 2 more habits to tuck into your routine. You're moving, eating bright, sipping water, teasing your brain, and giving yourself permission to rest. These aren't big, overwhelming changes. They're small, friendly nudges that add up to a whole lot of good. And we're not done yet. There's one more piece to this puzzle that's going to tie it all together and keep you thriving. Let's roll right into that next, because you're going to love how it feels to bring all this into your life after 70. Hey there, my friend. We've been having such a great chat, haven't we? You're already moving your body a little each day, munching on some colorful fruits and veggies, sipping water like a champ, keeping your brain buzzing with fun little challenges, and winding down to rest like you deserve. These habits are like pieces of a puzzle, and now we're going to slide the last one into place to complete the picture of a longer, happier life after 70. So, let's keep this cozy conversation flowing and talk about the 5th daily habit that's going to make you feel unstoppable, connecting with the people who light up your world. I know life can get quiet sometimes as we get older. Maybe the kids are busy with their own lives, or old friends aren't around as much. But here's the thing. Staying connected, even in small ways, does wonders for your heart and soul. It's not about having a packed social calendar or throwing big parties. It's about those little moments every day that remind you you're not alone. So, what can you do? Make it a habit to reach out to someone, anyone, every single day. Could be a quick phone call to your sister just to hear her laugh about something silly, or maybe a wave and a "How's your day going?" to the mail carrier who's been dropping off your letters for years. If you're tech savvy, send a text to your grandkid with a funny memory or just a "thinking of you." My pal George, who's 73, started this thing where he calls one person from his old bowling league every afternoon. Takes him 5 minutes, tops, but he says it's like a shot of sunshine. He's laughing, swapping stories, and feeling like part of something again. And science backs this up too. Folks who stay connected tend to live longer because it keeps stress down and happiness up. You don't need a big crowd. Just one little chat or smile a day can lift you higher than you'd believe. Even if it's your neighbor's cat purring at you through the window, that counts. Connection's connection. Find your way to make it work and watch how it brightens everything else you're doing. Now, as we wrap up this little talk, I want you to picture yourself a few weeks from now. You're stretching in the morning, feeling those joints loosen up, You're nibbling on some sweet strawberries or crunchy carrots, sipping water all day long, teasing your brain with a puzzle or a good story, resting easy at night, and sharing a laugh with someone who matters. These aren't huge leaps. They're small, friendly steps you're taking every day, and together they're building something amazing, a life where you're not just getting by, but thriving. You're the one out there outlasting your friends, not because you're competing, but because you're giving yourself the love and care you've earned after all these years. It's not about perfection either. Some days you might skip the walk or forget the water, and that's okay. Just keep coming back to it, because these habits are like old pals. They'll stick with you if you let them. So, what do you think? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Maybe tell me which of these you're excited to try, or share a little story about what keeps you going. It's your turn to talk back to me, because this isn't just my voice. It's our conversation. And if you enjoyed this chat, give the video a little like. It helps more folks like us find it. Oh, and hit that subscribe button too, because I've got more ideas coming your way to keep us all feeling young at heart. Here's to you, my friend, living your best life at 70 and beyond. Cheers to that.